Hello students, this is a get to know Arsenault video. I'm making this April 2025. It's spring break. I'm a professor here at SDSU. You probably figured that out by now. This is a video so that you can get to know me. And I'll be using this video for a while. I don't know how many semesters, but I might look a little different. Anyway, April 2025. Valley of the Gods is a place near Monument Valley. Came up here for a road trip. But okay, to get to know me. I've been teaching at San Diego State for a while. I started in 2007, was this 18 years, something like that, 17, 18 years. I study history of radio. I'm a big radio guy, really into radio. I also edit an academic journal, Journal of Radio and Audio Media. Before I became a professor, I worked professionally, built websites, worked for American Idol, worked for ABC and CBS and Fox briefly. That's when I did American Idol. Worked also news, but mainly entertainment, early web stuff. King of Queens, Everybody Loves Raymond, Touched by an Angel, that kind of stuff. Anyway, that was my professional career a long time ago. My last name was Arsenault. From Louisiana. It's a hat from Lafayette, Louisiana. My name is spelled A-R-C-E-N-E-A-U-X. A-R-C-E-N-E-A-U-X. Cajun French, not just French, Cajun French from Louisiana. Arsenault family has been in Louisiana for hundreds of years. My mom's Richard, also been in Louisiana for hundreds of years. Anyway, so if you spell my name, spell it correctly when you email me and you want to ask for some forgiveness, something like that. Okay, so anyway, I've been teaching here for 18 years. I'm Cajun. Radio. I've done projects in India, lived in India for a while, did a project in England, early Marconi stuff. I collect comic books, old comic books, Daredevil comic books, foreign language comic books, really into Star Wars. And anyway, that's enough about me. When I'm married, my wife is a filmmaker, Pakistani filmmaker, Sanan Keshki. Did a couple of projects. Our last big one was a Muslim matchmaker on Hulu. My son, who's right now, as of this recording, a student at San Diego State, Imran Arsenault. And until last November, I lived with my mother-in-law, Nano, we called her. She passed away, still kind of grieving with that. Anyway, so that's me. You get to know me, a little bit about my professional background, spell my name correctly, and there'll be another video that goes along with this that explains the class specifically. This is just to get to know me, so you know who I am and where I'm coming from. Hello students, this is the video lecture syllabus quiz for JMS 494 Fall 2025. Got that, JMS 494 Fall 2025. The syllabus quiz for the sections that meet on Thursday. There's some sections that meet on Friday. We don't care about them. They don't exist. They don't exist. We only care about the sections that have their face-to-face meeting on Thursday. This is for them. Okay. By the way, I'm walking down the street, Mamou, Louisiana. It's August 16th, 2025. Mamou, Louisiana. I came down here to check out this bar that has live music on Saturday mornings, Fred's Lounge. They've been doing weekly broadcasts since late 1960s. Anyway, it's all in my book when my book comes out. Nevertheless, here we go. What is the topic of the class? Law and ethics, right there in the title. But media law is way too complex of a subject for me to teach all of it to all of you in 15 weeks or whatever we have. These are the broad themes, broad structures, broad issues you should know if you want to work in journalism, advertising, public relations, music industry, video games, whatever media studies might be. I mean, whatever part of the professional media industry that you work in, or which of the media industries is plural, you need to know the basics, and then there'll be more specifics you can learn later. And also laws vary by state. And if you don't want to work in any of the professional media industries, maybe you're doing that minor, that's fine. You still ought to know this information so that you can be a more media literate citizen and understand the information that is coming at you. Okay, I'm doing this off the top of my head. What else do you need to know? Ethics, we're gonna be presented with different ethical codes and different ethical scenarios. Okay, grading, because I know that's what you're dying to know. Where do the grades come from? Exams are very important. There are 3 exams. You can bring in 1 page of notes, 1 page of handwritten notes. It can be handwritten on the front and back of a regular sized piece of paper, 8.5 by 11. Write as small as you want. If you can't handwrite, you need accommodations, have one of those letters sent to me. I will accommodate that, but I prefer students write the notes by hand. That teaches you the information. So you get a study guide, make that little study note for yourself, bring it into the exam. There's 3 exams, mostly multiple choice, some open-ended questions. Lowest exam grade is dropped. Got that? Okay. And the exams are done in the face-to-face class sections.
the cage you got here, and warning about the river root, right? And mission right in the swamp. How about that?
Video lectures. Okay, if you've taken a class with me before, you know how I like to do video lectures. Wow, this is quite a food truck I have here. Okay, you know how I like to do video lectures. There's questions embedded in them. There's a video lecture about each chapter in the book, sometimes two, but that's basically the way it works. You have to watch the video lecture to get the points. And the deadline is the day before we meet. So the deadline is Wednesday. The deadline for the online stuff is Wednesday. Wednesday, it's Wednesday. So you watch the video lecture first, answer the questions. Then you will have consumed that information. And you also need to do something called packback. That's the discussion board. Yeah, you need to do packback. When's the deadline for packback? Wednesday. You have to do that the day before we meet. You have to post. Try and summarize this quickly. There's a video online if you really don't understand this, but packback is pretty simple once you get into it. You have to post an original question on the discussion board plus responses to 2 other questions. If you do all of that by the deadline, you get 10 points, and each response must meet a curiosity score of 50. The system will grade you using some primitive form of AI, just being honest, evaluates if you're actually writing English language sentences and not just gibberish. Post a question, it'll tell you what your curiosity score is. You can boost it up a little bit higher to get the minimum. Curiosity score 50, post an original question, respond to 2 other questions. If there's no questions that you want to respond to, you can go back to the previous week and you'll still get credit for it, okay? What I would do, the sequence of events that I would do would be watch the video lectures on Canvas, which come with lecture notes. I totally forgot to tell you they come with lecture notes. There's lecture notes on Canvas, a Word document, everything you basically need to know for the exam was on the Word document. Okay, not everything, but almost everything. So watch the video lecture, look at the lecture notes, then go to the discussion board so you can ask an intelligent question about, about the material of the week. Okay, so I've gone over the class, exams, video lectures, packback discussion board. We're gonna watch movies, 3 weeks we watch movies. You watch them on your own and we come and have a discussion about them. They're good movies. They're available for free through Canvas that I've given them to you or given access to you. Oh, and then there's something called Sona. Just do it. It's not really part of the curriculum of the class, but just do Sona. It's like participating in other people's research studies, other professors' research experiments, not mine, but a way of organizing people. You create an account. This is all explained in the syllabus and all explained in the instructions. You create an account on the Sona website, and then throughout the semester you get notified about research opportunities, usually a survey. Takes a little bit of time. You'd have to do 1 or 2 of these to get a certain amount of Sona credit. That counts a very minimal part of the class, JMS 494. I do expect you to do it. I do expect you to do it. I do want you to do it, but it's not something that I control. There is an email address in the syllabus. If you have questions about Sona, you can ask those people. They can sort it out. I just want you to do it. Participate, be a good colleague, good Samaritan, help out my colleagues, and it's worth just a couple of percentage points. Final project. Yeah, I don't know what the final project is. At this point, TBD. There will be a final project worth 10% of your grade. And the reason I'm having to reevaluate the final project is because of the onslaught of artificial intelligence and generative AI and students thinking that it's an easy way to get out of writing exams. It's so obvious when you're doing it. You're not learning much of anything, but I don't want to sit there and be the AI police and interrogate people. Did you write this word or not? So I'm going to come up with a different kind of final project. Would be worth 10% of your final grade. And then while we're talking about AI, please don't use it for those packback discussion board posts. Please, God, I'm begging you, don't do it. There's no point in doing it, okay? I'm not grading the packback posts on grammar. Just if you have a thought that is relevant to the topic of the week and you express it in something vaguely correct that we can understand, it's fine. You don't need to put stuff into AI. It's just like, if you don't have the intelligence enough to write a discussion board post on packback, then I don't question your future plans and while you're in this educational institution to begin with. Anyway, I'm not trying to be offensive, but there's no point in doing AI on the discussion board. It's just really no point in doing it. Anyway, and I'm here at Fred's Lounge, coming up to it. Well, there it is. I'm walking backwards now. like one of those tour guides, is people who walk around campus backwards, talking to the high school kids like, this is how wonderful university is. There you go, Fred's Lounge. Yeah, Mamou, Louisiana. They've been having live music here pretty much every week. I know it's not for COVID, beginning in the late 1960s. Yeah. There's a historic plaque behind me. I think their date is wrong on the plaque. I've been researching this, but there you go. Fred's Lounge. Okay, this is a pickup shot. Forgot to mention this earlier. The car that I borrowed from my relative, Donald. Thank you again, Donald. Has this license plate. Look at it, spelled correctly.